Rachael Town. Pathetically fucking sad and tragic, Rachael Town. If you're for real, I think you're a fake, just like Tara Chow. And let's see what you wrote. Let's see how I do since you can read along. Dumb faggot sitch. Go play some more video games, loser. Still living with mommy? Nice ads on Craigslist, Dan Queer. Dummy. Me. One day I'll sue you in civil court. You admitting you posted ads on Craigslist to ridicule and defame me in civil court? Where only 51% of burden of proof is needed to win. Whatever little you have, I'll take from you. I didn't post anything. I just said I saw them. You are posting them because you are gay. I loved you, you asshole. Loved? Laugh out loud. You're not even real. Good story. Deaf. So no calls. Yet no texts. Nothing. You in contact with Tara? Another fake? Trying to derail the stevia curing thing? Laugh out loud. I said I'd drive you back. You pay for gas. No response from you until you attack on Facebook. Considering stevia actually is a miracle for human body when ingested in huge doses compared to what's used now, and violent actually does upgrade the Kama Sutra, you're fucking with the wrong guy. Let's see how this works and shit. God, this is Facebook for you. They make things so fucking difficult. It's yeah, you're fucking with the wrong guy. If you're for real and this is actually a tragedy, people around the country will eventually think blank about you. Fill that in. If you're a faker trying only to fuck with me, considering a female dies every 7 seconds from what stevia easily vanishes, people will hate you if I'm lucky enough to pay money to find you and actually succeed. Rachael Town. Fuck you. I'm going to sue you and your mom for your trailer. You released my medical condition, asshole. Check HIPAA. The fact is I was going to meet you and you pussed the fuck out because you are gay. I wanted the violin, but you fucked that up like you did every other good thing in your life. Have fun playing video games with your Astroglide, loser, and everyone knows you haven't been with somebody in years. I can't believe I fell for your bullshit. From me. I played violin on Jennifer about 2 months ago. She's exquisitely hot. I'd rather pass the time between exquisiteness, jacking off looking at it, than playing around with... Laugh out loud. I was actually going to say you're not hot, when in fact, I'd rather fuck the sexy thing in your pic more than Tara. Laugh out loud. Why she got pissed? Because I told her if she wasn't in the picture, I'd definitely do you. She comes back with fucking boys with tiny tits or something. Anyway, point is, I've got a Nobel Prize worthy discovery in stevia curing and violent upgrades Kama Sutra for women's pleasure. I'll do more than just fine when these hit, if you're for real, okay? And I'd have paid more attention. I thought then and still do that you're not for real and not exactly who you say you are. And there was more. Oh, here we go. I was going to meet you, you idiot. I can't get any more real, and Tara has been my friend through all this, dummy. Why are on Craigslist trying to pick up men? Tara never met you. Found this out later. And I guess I can paste what this was my reply. Thought that I sent it. Fact. In high school, I thought I was ugly. Every time I looked at someone, they looked away. They also parted and made way. Out of respect, I was knocking every fucking thing out that fought me. Since then, I've sexed over 100 women. I don't need to jump at every opportunity. And if you think I'm actually posting gay ads, then you're dumber than I thought. Anyway, if you intended to meet, then you'd have contacted me. Beforehand. Warned me. You even said I wasn't showing any interest, so you were coming down to meet someone different? Laugh out loud, please. Get a grip on reality, girl. Get a grip on reality here. Even after you're at the last second offer to meet, I said okay. Would have met you. But me burning an entire tank of gas on my money, to take you home, especially if I'm not interested in you, laugh out loud. You must think I'm desperate. Typical guy who will jump at any chance to get his dick wet. No, of course Tara never met me. She's a fake. Calling me last second, saying she loved me. Was I interested in moving down, relocating to LA? Laugh out loud. Me thinking she's fucking crazy, but I'll play along with the charade. Laugh out loud. Then she's married to that brother the next week. You must either be as insane as her, infested with spirochetes, yeah, because she got bit by a tick and she has parasites on her brain, or a fake who can't remember what the other person wrote exactly, so you can't remember your lines and what normal people are supposed to or would say, you know? And it's like this, girl, if you're actually a girl and not a man, because I think it would be hard for an expert to actually differentiate between the two based upon what you wrote. Let's see. Yeah, I offered to meet you, and I would have. And, you know, if it was real, I definitely would have played the violin. And you know what? It's not like people aren't calling me, thanking me for it, okay? It actually does work. So, you know, to insinuate that I'm gay, that's kind of funny. Guys like Stevia that don't like to eat pussy, you know, they don't like the taste. They think they're going to get by on using their cock for the rest of their lives and shit. You know, yeah, those are the kind of people that are gay, girl, not me. And fact, not fiction. Yeah, I've made mistakes. I'm a guy. You know what? Testosterone. If I'm pissed at something, like when I saw Otis Griffin telling somebody that Harry Gopal knocked me out when his punches didn't fucking faze me, except for the fact that it was freezing fucking cold, and I was told by Cal Worsham that I was going to be fighting basically in a warm sanctuary. Jet heaters all around the cage, blowing jet heat up into a tarp, and it was going to encase the entire cage with heat. Perfect for my shoulder that had just been operated on, right? Because I told him, you know what, I can't fight any colder than Bon Lapua. See that fight, see the angle that Kenny Ritchie, the ex-president of the Vagos, who was my friend before and hopefully still after, you know, he left. And yeah, not throwing punches with my left hand, actually just like slapping at him to keep him in, because I'm on purpose setting him up to throw a right hand so I can slip it and I can hunt his head. All right. And in fact, I'm 44 going on 45, and there was a time in my life when I wouldn't have done any methamphetamine ever. I was completely anti-drug and thought everybody that's associated with drugs, except for my friend Jeff Cooper, you know, because he was my friend and shit, right? That's how it starts. Were losers. And, you know, fact, you know, Jeff Cooper, I know that you don't do that shit anymore, but everybody has a past. And the fact that I think your friendship with me actually upgraded, you know, the quality of your life now. Because I was friends with Mark Brannon, that wasn't in. And so you got a job on the penthouse suite, okay? You didn't have to work your way up and shit. You feel me? And so you did what you did, and you know what? If I had a telephone, I would call you as a friend. You should have called me a long time ago. Fact is, I've been living a life trapped in almost like a dysfunctional psychotic fairy tale, okay? Cinderella, you know, and it's a fact, Jeff. If it's not for Fred Reva, man, I'm a millionaire, okay, at Notre Dame, choosing Michigan and other big name schools who would still take me to play football, you know, after I win for getting set up for an attempted rape that I don't do, never did, easily proven. And fact, dude, him allowing my mom to pull the plug on that, That was like negligence, man. That was fucking up my first $1 million opportunity, Coop. You know, I know this kind of went from Rachael to you, but whatever it takes, man. You know, yeah, he fucks up that opportunity, and then because I know Uriah Faber, I gave him some super pills from Ludamax one time. Said, you know what? They're giving them to athletes at the Olympic Training Center, and they're showing amazing improvement. And, you know, he accepted them. Whether he took them or not, that's beside the point. Now, if Ludamax and Fred Riva had actually paid Uriah Faber to eat them and, you know, be a testimonial because he's going to be a superstar, you know, that got 86. Because you know what Fred Riva told me? He said, you will never have a part of the pill business. This is after I told him, you know what? I know Tim Brown, and, you know, he's still playing with the Raiders. Why don't I go down and talk to him and say, hey, you know what, man? This shit right here, it works, and it makes you better. And there's proof at the Olympic Training Center, and these people will pay you, and you know what? It'll add years to your career, okay? Put lots of money in your pocket, and they'll pay you. Again, that's when he said you'll never have a part of the pill business. And this is from a guy who tells me to hire an attorney after I get a job and can pay for it to sue Miami, you know, for tearing up my knee. You know, I got arrested. I was in 100% physical condition, man. Nothing was wrong. And then I was handcuffed, sitting in a fucking chair. And this is all on videotape. And the cop gets up and he punches me. And I go sprawling on the floor. It doesn't faze me. And I laugh. And I said, man, bitches hit harder than that. And the things that I said drove these motherfuckers crazy to the point where they tore up my knee to where I looked like the Elephant Man, Coop. Really, okay? And they put me in a fucking cell with like 12 or 13 black guys. And this is no shit. A couple guys got up and they started to come over. And then this one brother, very cool battle, said, I ain't gonna go down like that. He's with me. And he took me under his wing. And so, as a payback, when I'm rich from stevia blendings, you know, the toxic shit that's killing this planet, okay? We pour it down the sink and the drain, brother. Is it just vanishing, disappearing, or is it accumulating, okay? Because stevia blends that shit to where it floats like soap, easily removed. And 4 years ago, when I discovered this fucking miracle, there was a lot less soap than there is now, Coop. But fact, not fiction, internal combustion engines, they vanish the liquid that comes, you know, through them, all right? Goes in as gas, comes out as brown, toxic smoke called smog, all right? And there is no even return. Anyhow, yeah, the level of fucking soap was a lot less back then. And in fact, not fiction, man. There's billions of fucking cars on this planet, you know, airplanes. We gotta cease and desist, or planet Earth is gonna cease and desist. See that 2012 prophecy thing, Coop? All right. Realize that every star in the sky is a sun like ours with planets, many habitable. The fact that cavemen fucking drew pictures of spaceships on cave walls. And think about this, Coop. Fact, not fiction, man. If I'm not fucked over at Notre Dame, everybody in America knows me, all right? If I'm at USC making the play is probably on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Feel me? I'm not getting fired for it. I'm not getting set up for an attempted rape that I could easily prove I didn't do. You know, fact, man. I heard Digger Phelps and Jerry Faust's lieutenant commanders, his fucking offensive and defensive coordinators, talking humiliatingly about Jerry, about how they set him up for failure, man. Yeah, I mean, they can make a movie about this, Coop. Seriously. Just about ready. All I got to do is put my cleats on for practice, and I'm out the door, right? And the lights go out. And so I go out into the corridor where there's emergency lighting, and I'm in a corner, and I'm either bent down or on my knees, take your pick, and I'm putting my cleats on, and the coaches with Digger Phelps spill out, right? They're doing the same thing, just a little bit slower, and they don't see me. And they are talking in terms that would get them fucking fired, perhaps sued for negligence, man. I mean, I heard them talking about how they let Jerry Faust waste an entire day's practice, knowingly let him practice this play. It seems back in the 20s or the 30s, at the end of a football game, if you wanted to win it, you could tell the refs, you know what, we're going to fucking blast off, kick a field goal, but they line up in kickoff formation with no defense trying to block it, right? Not a bad idea for like arena football, or maybe even the NFL, man, up scoring and shit. Anyhow, they knowingly let Jerry Faust practice this, waste an entire day of the University of Notre Dame's football effort, on something that was defunct for like 40, 50 years and shit. And point is, they set Jerry up for failure, man, because he was a high school guy, all right? They couldn't allow somebody, were they paid? There's a story there, brother. And I'm asking you, Jeff Cooper, please, all right? Help me, brother. You have the financial juice card. You can do this. It won't take much, all right? I'm saying with 10 kilos of Jaja Stevia side paid for, right? So I can just tell people to call up and Alan's going to give it to them. If they start following my directions, they're not going to only go lean and fucking shredded, but if they have cancer, it's going to vanish, man. And it'll be slower than if they actually used the pure H2O that Peachy did, right? I don't think stevia by itself would reverse the curse. And an 86-year-old woman hooked up to life support systems at the local hospital dying of cancer. But pure H2O without the soap, it'd bring her back. Okay, I've got all the proof, bro. Talked to my uncle. He lost 6 tumors and 62 pounds in 4 months, and then we had a falling out. My good uncle, Jeff Cooper, not the one that handcuffed me to a tree for 4.5 hours and then fucking pulled the plug on me, and cock blocked me from every opportunity that I've ever had in my life and shit. So, as I go in here to work out at my gym, Jeff Cooper, somewhere in the ritzy part of Arizona, please, man. I've had enough of taking shit from people like Rachael and Tara and all the fucking bullshit. How do I say this? They're like Quizlings, supposedly, on my side, interested in turning. And, I'd rather have people that are defined as enemies from the start, unlike Steve Stevia, who did that, the Stevia-pedia page. And I told him, man, my kids are really pissed. All right, I want you to take that down. Oh, you know what? I have nothing to do with it. But then he got pissed when it did get taken down, and then he admitted it, right? And, people that are fakes, man, I'm going to have no mercy on them legally when this hits. And hopefully I'm still around, Coop. And you can make that happen, brother. Stevia cures. And the violin fucking upgrades the Kama Sutra for women's sexual pleasure. So please, Jeff Cooper, I know that you have many women, okay, if you're not already married, that you could play the violin on, all right? And if your wife, per se, happened to be cut by Western medicine and she can't feel it, that's fodder for a future lawsuit, okay? They could have gone in from the side, avoided major nerve channels, right? So they could still experience the miracle. And if she can, if there's even a she, right? I mean, a missus, right? Not that you're gay. Definitely not. Yeah. I wonder if people thought I was gay in high school, homeboy. Not that I was ever interested in a guy. I just thought I was ugly, man. I really did. And I was shy as fuck. Anyhow, point is, Coop, I've discovered a miracle that's going to win a Nobel Prize eventually. And I like to be around when that actually happens. And you can definitely help me make that happen. And the fact that stevia, especially the stuff from Emperor's Zoologist, kicks the dog shit out of cocaine, brother, that's a natural, okay, for you to help me. Think about it. Peace out, bro.